Are you trying to pick up Pyke, but you feel like he's too complicated? Or are you already playing Pyke and you want to master his combos? Today, I'll show you all of Pyke's most important combos and show you how and when to use them. If you like this type of video, please consider subscribing and liking the video because it will help me out a lot. Alright, let's get into it. An important note is every single combo for this video will be using the rune Halo Blades, as it's Pyke's best rune and it allows for his highest and quickest burst damage in his combos. The first combo we're going to talk about is the hook and chunk combo, and it's as simple as landing your hook and using all three Halo Blades auto attacks and then backing up. After that third auto, I'm done, okay? So what's important to note is that your hook and your Halo Blades have 10-second cooldowns each, so whenever your hook is up, your Halo Blades is about to be ready, or already ready, okay? So there's two different ways to do this combo. You can hook and then let go after the first auto, just like that, and it will do all three autos for you. You just have to input one attack command after landing the hook, or you can move in between each auto like this. So I'll do auto, move, auto, move, auto, move. Okay? And so that's a much harder way to do it, but it allows you to move in between auto attacks, which will allow you to stay closer or, move away while autoing. So let me do it to the Jhin. I can hook and then just auto attack and let go. And this will follow him, right? But if you do it with the movement command, then you can choose whatever direction you're going instead of just always following the enemy. So I can go backwards, right? Instead of only forwards or only standing still. You can also do this combo with just your stab instead of using the hook, and we'll call that the stab and chunk, where you just instant cast your Pyke Q, use all three autos, and then back up. So this combo is a lot easier to land because all you have to do is just be close, right? And it also goes through minions. So this is the most common time you'll use it, is when you can't find a hook because there are minions. So you just go for the stab, three autos, back up. You can also do the input commands in between each auto. I'd say it's more important with this one because sometimes you are too far away to get all three autos because you're far away. So you go for the stab, auto, move, auto, move, auto, move, so that you can move forward and stay closer, or you can just move back as well. It's up to you. The second combo we'll talk about is one of the easiest combos for Pyke, and it's also his most common and most commonly used combo to get kills. And that's going to be the hook and stun, where we land our hook and then we use our E straight forward at them. Okay, and after we land the stun, we use all three Halo Blades autos, and then we back up. Or we maybe ulti and kill them. This will usually result in kills, especially early game. So one important thing to note is that Pyke's hook will always throw them the same range. So when you're far away, you want to use this combo forward. But when you're close, you don't always want to use the E forward, okay? Because it'll look like this. And you actually will miss the stun. So if you're close to them, you need to use this E backwards, like this, okay? And then walk up to them and use all three of your Halo Blades autos, and then back up, okay? So the most important thing to note with this combo is where you are when you're landing the hook on them. Are you close to them or are you far away from them, okay? And this will just come with practice. If you're far away like this, E forward. But if you're really close, like this will be an E backwards range, okay? Using the E backwards is very important because it'll allow you to set up for plays something like this, where you hook them backwards, maybe into a tower or into a teammate, and then afterwards you can ulti them. So you don't always want to E forwards, but you just need to know on the fly and with experience which way you should use your E after landing the hook to get the stun. An advanced version of the hook and stun is using an auto attack before you cast your E. So that's going to look like this, where you hook them into range, one auto, and then E backwards. And then you use your next two, okay? So this will take a lot of practice, and you also need to be close for this. If you're too far away, it'll be too hard to get that one auto. If you're too far away, you just want to instantly use your E. But if you're close range, especially when you want to use your E backwards at close range, hook, one auto, E backwards, and then two more. And that'll just be a quicker way to do this combo, and it'll be more damage in a shorter amount of time. So it's very important to learn this, but it's much more important to just get down the basics first instead of trying to go for this while you're still learning Pyke. I'd say focus on knowing which direction to use your E first before you even consider trying to squeeze in the auto attacks in these combos. You can also use your stab to land the stun. So if your enemy's in the minion wave and you can't look for a hook, you can just go for stab into E right after. So you E as soon as you hit it. And this is most common when they're in a minion. You can't really find the hook angle. And then you can use your 3 autos afterwards. So you can do this from close range, from far range. You could also use the E backwards if you're on top of them. So like this. And then walk back in for your 3 autos. Very important that you're always going for the 3 autos, that whenever you land a Pyke combo. So this is close and use it forward. Or you can be close and use it backwards. Oops, that's not bad. Close and use it backwards, like this. Our next combo we're going to talk about is the most common one to find hooks. And that is where you look for your W. You open with W to get close to your enemy. And then once you get close, you come out and you charge your hook. And then after landing it, you decide which way to use your E. Okay, so the reason you open with W is so that your stealth, you get move speed, and your enemy doesn't know where you're coming from. So you use this, move around, find your angle, and then go in for the play after. You use this in early game, you use this in mid game, you use this in late game. Opening with W to find a hook angle is very, very important on Pyke. The next combo we're going to talk about is the E flash. This is the most consistent way to land Pyke's E without the enemy really knowing what's about to happen. You open with your E, and then last second, flash on top of them with the stun. You can do this early, like this, or you can do this late, like this. You just have to practice it. The later that you do the flash, the more unexpected it'll be, and the harder it'll be to react. Because say I open with my E and then instantly flash, they have a lot of time to react to that. So you want to practice on using it late so that it's very unexpected. The advanced way to do this combo is to include your hook as well. So it'll look like this, where you E, you flash, and then you charge your hook, walk so that you can throw them backwards. So this will be very commonly used to throw them into your team. So I'll do it again, E, flash, and then walk behind them while I charge hook, throw them. Okay, so you don't want to do the hook from behind. If you do that, then you pull them away from your team. You want to walk while you charge the hook, and then throw them back like this. And this will be a very common way you can get kills on Pyke. Throwing them into your team is very important, and it'll look really cool, and you'll probably get pinged by your teammates because you're doing a cool Pyke combo. Another even more advanced way to do the E flash is to E forward, charge your hook, and then flash behind them. So it's going to look like this. And then you pull them right after. You want to make sure you walk in front of them as well to pull them back. This combo is really good because it hides the intent of your E flash, so people don't expect it to come. So you E forward, charge, you run away. You E forward, charge the hook, and then flash behind them, and then position for the hook right after. So E forward, charge, flash, let go. This is a very advanced way to do your E flash, but the more you practice, the better you can get at this, and the more unexpected your E flashes will be. This next combo is another engage combo. It's the EW, where we will be using our W move speed to connect our stun. So pretty much you just cast your E and then instantly W, and then try to run behind them so that you can stun them. This is a very good and reliable way to land your stun. You just need to make sure that you do it when you're in range. So it looks like this, and then afterwards I can hook them. This works really good when you have a flank. So something like this, I flank bot lane, and then I want to go for the brand here. So EW, and then pull him in. But you can also do this when you're running straight at them as well. EW, if you have enough move speed. And then you can go in and kill everyone. The next combo we'll talk about is the hooks Q or the stabs Q, where you combo your Q into your R. So the first one is going to be with the hook, where we land our hook and then we aim our ulti preemptively in where they will land. So this is very important to know the range of Pyke's hook so that you can aim your ult preemptively. One thing to note is that this is not a true combo. The hooks Q will actually be able to be flashed out of, but it's very important that you can do this because it's very quick, and a lot of the times people will not be able to react to this. So it's land hook, aim your ult, use the R. You can also do the stabs Q, where you stab them into your ulti. This is just going to be a very common way to kill people that are low HP. So I'll use that on the Jhin here. I'll get him a bit low, and then I'll aim the hook, aim my ulti after I throw the hook out, right? So you want to know the range of your hook, where it pulls, and also just the hitbox of your ult. So this will take a lot of practice, but when you start to learn Pyke, this is one of the most satisfying combos to use and to learn. But for now, if you're not confident with the hook into R, you can just use the stab into R. They'll be 90% slowed. So if they're low HP and you're worried about them wiggling around, just hit them with the stab, use your R, and then execute. His next combo is the Flying Stun. It's one of Pyke's hardest combos in the game, but also one of his most satisfying. And it's as simple as pressing E into R, but what's difficult is aiming your ult in the right spot. So one thing to note is that your ulti will put you in the center. If you land, you will teleport to the center of your R. So when you want to do this combo, you need to land your ult behind your enemy so that you can stun them. So here's the E into ult behind them, right? If you put it in front of them, you will not connect the stun unless you want to flash. So that's another way you can do this, is to E, R, and then flash to connect the stun. But the best way to do it is to put your R behind your enemy so that you can stun them after. This will take a lot of practice. This is a very satisfying Pyke combo to do, but extremely difficult, and it will just come with games. The most common time you'll use this is when you get one kill with your ulti, and then you use your reset to make another play. So let me kill this Jhin really quick. So you get your ulti kill, and then you have 20 seconds on your reset. And you're like, how do I use this reset? What do I do with it? And the way you can use it is to use your E into your R to find a stun, and then hook them afterwards. Another thing you can do with this combo is to use your W to get you in range of your stun. So say that I'm a little too far away to land the ult behind them. I can land it on top of them, and then W so that I can move the stun into them. So you don't always have to aim it behind, but it's very important that you do, just so that you can get the most distance behind them to guarantee the stun landing. But this is ER into W. So you'll have a little bit of time to connect that stun. This is going behind, so I don't have to, but if I put it in front, then I use the W instantly, I can maybe land that stun. But they're also going to be moving too, so just important to note that the most consistent way to land this is to go right behind them. Alright, that's it for the combo guide today, guys. I hope you learned something new today. I did not do every single combo in the game for Pyke, but in this video I showed you all of the practical combos that you'll be using in almost every single one of your games. If you enjoyed the video, please consider giving it a like, and I'll definitely be interested in doing more of this type of content in the future. Thanks for watching and have a good day.